Hi, welcome back to Pilates with LJ. We've got a lovely Pilates video for you. We are going to be starting standing, working those legs, and then we are going to be going down to 4-point kneeling. And we're really going to challenge our shoulders and working our glutes, and then we're going to come around and lie on the mat, working our core, and then just finishing off with more core work, but also firing up those shoulders again and working the shoulder stability muscles. So let's get started. We're starting standing, so if you come to your mat, bring your feet to the hip width apart, just rock backwards and forwards, get yourself into a nice neutral position, evenly distribute the weight through your feet and just come to standing, soften those knees, tuck that tailbone under and then stick it back a few times. So we're just getting an awareness, warming up that lower back and warming up all those deep core muscles as well, getting them working and getting an awareness of them working too. Okay, let's just do a couple more here. So really tucking that tailbone under, lifting up through the front and then sticking that tailbone back. And then again, just do a couple more, tucking under, sticking back, last one, tuck under and stick back. And then from there, just bring it to what feels like the middle. Feel a nice gentle lifting up through the front, checking with those ribs, making sure they aren't sticking out or anything. And just do a couple of breaths here. So feel those ribs coming out to the side and then coming back in. So thinking about that Pilates breath, lateral breathing, filling the backs and the sides of those lungs, and then exhaling, forcing that air out through your mouth, feeling those core muscles working, drawing that belly button towards the spine. Okay, inhale again and exhale, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed, and again. Good, let's just do a few shoulder rolls, wake up those shoulders, get them nice and warm for later, because we're going to be doing a lot of shoulder work really. We're going to be placing our hands on the mat and getting those shoulder stabilizers working. Okay, just do a few more circles back and then do a couple forward, just change the direction. And then just do one big shoulder roll all the way back and down. Nice. Okay, lifting up through the crown of the head, tucking that chin ever so slightly. Lovely. Okay, we're going to come out into a nice wide squat. We are going to have our toes turned out, heels turned in, and we're just going to come down, tracking those knees out over our little toes. Don't allow those knees to collapse in. And we're keeping that body nice and upright. So we're tucking that tailbone under. We're keeping those shoulders and the chest nice and wide and nice and open. Good. And thinking about that breath. So inhale as you come down, exhale, squeeze up. Inhale, exhale. Good. And let's go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now when we're here, we're just going to start pulsing. So little movements up and down. Those muscles are working really hard now because they're just staying engaged the whole time. And we're going to go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come back up to standing. And this time we're going to go down into that wide squat. And as we come up, we're then going to go up onto our tiptoes. Come back down again. And up onto those tiptoes. So just challenging our balance as well here. Trying to make this movement as smooth as possible as we come down and come back up again. Still thinking about that posture. So lifting up tall through the crown of your head, not allowing your chest to collapse forward as you sink down into that squat. And thinking about that breath. Good, let's do another 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Okay, good, relax there. Have a little breather, give the legs a shake, and we're just going to do that again, just to make sure we're really warm, we've really got that breath going. So just coming back into that nice wide squat, making sure those knees are tracking out over those toes. Your bum is sinking down into the squat, and you're squeezing those muscles and exhaling as you come back up. Good, let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do pulses. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Hold that there, and then come up. And this time we're going into that wide squat, and then coming up onto our tiptoes. Good. Nice. Okay, let's 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Good. Relax. Give those legs a shake. Okay, we're going to come down to the end of our mat. Keeping those feet hip width apart, we're just going to do some roll jumps. So warming up that back muscle, thinking about that breath. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, rolling down. As we're rolling down, we're drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale. Still keeping that belly button drawn to spine, tucking that tailbone under, restacking the vertebrae. Inhale, chin to chest, and exhale. Rolling down, feeling those vertebrae extend, separate one at a time. And exhale, rolling back up. Keep those knees nice and soft. Don't worry if you can't get down to the mat. It's absolutely no problem. Inhale at the top. Chin to chest. Exhale. Good. And this time when we come down, we're just going to hold our shins here. If you can get down onto the mat, place your hands on the mat. Just give those legs a little walk. Just loosen them up. Pedal the feet. Feel the stretches through the backs of the legs, and then we're just going to walk out into our 4-point kneeling position. So our knees are hip width apart, in line with the hips, underneath the hips, and our hands are underneath our shoulders. And from here we're going to go into the hover. So we're tugging those toes under at the back, we're inhaling to prepare, and as we exhale we're just going to float those knees up off the mat, 1 inch or 2 inches, not very much at all. And we're going to wrap those ribs around and really engage those core muscles. So you're scooping that belly button to the spine. Inhale, relax back down. Inhale, prepare. Then as you exhale, push that mat away. So you're really drawing that belly button to spine. You can feel all those muscles engaging and wrapping around those ribs. Inhale, back down. And exhale. Good. Inhale, back down. Exhale. Good. So it's a really small movement, but it's really quite challenging. You should really be feeling that in those core muscles and in your shoulders already. One last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Nice. Just from there, just sit back. Reach those hands forward and just give those wrists a circle. So we've already worked those wrists, but we're just going to make sure they're ready for all the other work that we've got coming. So let's just come back up onto our 4-point kneeling. Hands under the shoulders again. We're just going to lean forwards and backwards. Just loosening up those wrists, making sure everything feels okay after that little bit of work we just did. So this shouldn't feel painful at all. Should feel maybe a nice stretch up through the wrist. Okay, let's do one last one. And then from there, just turn your hands around, fingers facing your legs. And again, same movement, backwards and forwards. Just feeling that nice stretch. Just line my hands upright. Good. Okay, now from here, bring those hands back round, bum to knee, bum to heels, and just give those wrists a circle. Okay, so we are going to take that hover and we're going to apply it to lots of different moves. But to begin with, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's extend the left leg out, and we're just going to lift and lower that leg. So lifting and lowering with control. Those hips are nice and level. The core is working. You can feel that nice and engaged. Belly button drawing up to the spine. And we're just going to do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, keeping that leg extended out, we're tucking the bent knees, toes under. And from here, we're going to go into the hover and do some leg lifts and lowers. So inhale, prepare, and then exhale, hover that knee up, and then lift and lower the leg. This is really challenging. So we're just going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Coming back down, untucking that toe. Now from here, keeping that leg in line with the body, we're going to go into some push-ups. So we're going to lower ourselves down, that leg's coming up, and then pushing back up. So keeping those elbows nice and tucked in, face coming down towards the mat, and one last one. Nice. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, tuck those toes under at the back, keep that leg lifted. We're going to push ourselves up, and we're going to lower and push up. Just do one last one. And coming back down. Relax that leg down, bring that leg in, bum to heels, reach those arms forward. Give them a little wiggle and ease off. Good. Okay. So, changing sides. Right leg extending out, and we're just going to go into those nice lifts and lowers to begin with. Good. So the belly button drawing in towards the spine, hips are nice and level, and the leg is lengthening out behind you. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now from here, tucking that tailbone under, tucking those toes under. We're coming up into that hover, and we're going to lift and lower that leg there. And we've got another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax that leg down, untuck those toes, just make sure your hands are nice and stable. We're going to go into those push-ups, so bring that leg up in line with the body, and then lower yourself down to the mat, bring yourself back up. Using that breath, exhale to push yourself back up. One last one. Good. Legs staying nice and long throughout. Okay, lowering that leg, tucking that toe under. We're going to the most challenging one. So, inhale, prepare. Lift that leg up. Exhale, hover and push up. 1, 2, one last one. Use that breath. Lovely. Relax the knee down, relax that leg down. Bring that knee back in. Bum to heels, reach those arms forward. Good. Have a nice little breather. Take those arms back behind you. Give the wrists a circle. And then bring those hands forward. Just do whatever feels comfortable. Just relax a little bit. Those shoulders have worked really hard. And the wrists as well. Okay, good. Now from here, we're coming round onto our back. Roll yourself down into the mat. Okay, feet are hip width apart. Knees are in line with those hips. And just relax those arms down on the mat. Just face your palms up towards the ceiling, just so that opens up the chest a little bit more, just for the moment. So we're just going to do a few breaths here. Coming back, thinking about the Pilates breathing, those ribs filling up and spreading out across that mat. So as you inhale, you're filling the backs and the sides of those lungs, and they're spreading out across the back. Exhale, drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Good. And then inhale again. And exhale. Good. Okay, let's just think about that rib position, sorry. So if your ribs are flaring up, just pull them down into the mat. And then from there, inhale and exhale. Good. Now from here, we're just going to do a couple of pelvic tilts. So we're just getting that awareness through the spine again. Get a bit of movement. And then from there, we're just going to tuck that tailbone under completely. Relax those hands down by your sides, this time palms facing into the mat. And just tuck that chin ever so slightly, so we've just got a nice lengthening through the spine. We're going to go into our toe taps, so let's float the right leg up off the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're floating the left leg up off the mat. Engaging that core, you should feel those core muscles really working now. Okay, we're just going to go into our toe taps, so we're hinging at the hip, the knee isn't moving, and we're aiming to get the toe onto the mat. If you find that you aren't able to get your toe on the mat without your back arching away from the mat, then just reduce the movement. So only go as far as you can before your back pops away from the mat. So we're tucking that tailbone under ever so slightly. We've got our back imprinted into the mat, and we're just doing our toe taps. Just warming up those core muscles. Good. Let's do one more on each leg. 1 and 2. Nice. Hug those knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Just circle those legs. Nice. Okay. Floating the left leg back up to tabletop. Then the right leg. Tucking that tailbone under. Imprinting into the mat. And we're going to go into our leg extension. So as we exhale, we're extending that leg away. Inhale, bringing it back. Exhale, extend that leg away. Inhale, bringing it back. So we're pointing those toes. We're lengthening that leg as much as possible. We're trying to get super long legs, and we're working all those muscles in the legs as well. We're going to go for another 4, 3. Still scooping that core towards the spine. Nice gentle scoop through the belly. And that's the last one. Lovely. Let's float the left leg down into the mat. Place that foot on the mat. From here, we're going to take the right leg up, and we're going to go into our leg circles. So we're lowering the leg down, taking it out wide, and then back to center. So really good for the hip mobility and also pelvis stability as well. So thinking about that core really working, trying to reduce the amount of movement from side to side as we do these circles. This bent leg is staying really still. You've got a cup of tea on top of that knee, and it's not spilling. Okay, let's change direction. Good. Thinking about that breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. We've got 2 more here, trying to keep that leg nice and long, trying to keep that pelvis really stable, and that knee, that cup of tea still hasn't spilt. Lovely. Bring that leg back up, bring it back down into the mat, and then take the left leg up. So we're lowering it down, taking it out wide, and then bringing it back in. Good. Only go as wide as you can. If it means that your leg circles are up here, that's absolutely fine. Do not worry about it. Just try and get a lovely, nice leg circle going through that leg, keeping that leg nice and long, whilst keeping this other leg really still throughout. Okay, just do one last one. Bring it back up to center, and then changing direction. Still thinking about that breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. 3 more here. 3, 2, and one last one. Lovely. Bring that leg back up just at the start point, and then bring it down. Nice. Hug those knees in. Give them a little circle. Okay, now from here, place those feet back down into the mat, hip width apart. Bring yourself into that nice neutral spine. So it might be that you have a bit of a gap between the mat and your lower back. But I want you to imagine that there's a bowl up here, a bowl of soup or something, and it's staying nice and level throughout. So from here, we're going to place our hands, take our hands up behind our head. And we're going to just pull those ribs down towards the hips, and then we're going to go into our curl ups. So we're going to inhale, prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to curl ourselves up. Eyes are gazing through between our legs, and then we're going to inhale here and exhale back down. So we're imagining that our ribs are sliding down to our hips, our elbows are staying nice and wide, and our head is heavy in our hands. So you're not pulling the head up with your hands, you're just curling yourself up, using those ab muscles to pull yourself up, and then lowering yourself back down with control. Just check in with that pelvis. Has it tilted towards you? If it has, take it back to that nice neutral position. We're just really challenging that stability through the core by making sure that by doing this movement, it's not affecting the lower part. We can still keep this part super stable whilst we're curling ourselves up and down onto the mat. Let's do 2 more here. Nice. One last one. Exhale. Curl yourself up. Eyes gazing between those legs. And from here, just take those hands, reach them a little further forward. And then exhale, bring yourself back down into the mat. Lovely. Okay. Now from here, we are going to just add 2 exercises together. So we're going to float those legs back up into tabletop. We're going to one at a time, and then we're going to go into our curl ups. So we're going to curl ourselves up using that breath. Exhale, curling up, and then curling back down again. We're just going to do a couple here, and then we're going to hold ourselves up. Okay, so just this time we're curling up, and we're going to hold ourselves here. Keep that head heavy in your hands. Your neck should be absolutely fine here. If it is hurting, then you can just relax your head down. But if you can, try and keep yourself up, and we're just going to go into those leg extensions here. So we've got a nice scoop through the belly, and we're using that breath. We're exhaling away, inhaling back in. Exhale, inhale back. Good. And we've got another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Roll yourself down. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Give them a good circle. Okay, now from here, we are going to go into the scissors, and then go into the crisscross, and then just to really finish this off, we're going to do the 100. So really focusing on that breathing at the end. Okay, so float the legs up into tabletop one at a time. Curl yourself back up, drawing those ribs down towards the hips. We're going to extend one leg up towards the ceiling, and we're going to lower the other leg down to the mat. Just have a little pulse, and then you're changing sides. Good. Trying to keep that chest nice and lifted, nice and open, and you're not rocking from side to side. And we're going to go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold those legs there, bring them back to tabletop. Take your hands round to the back of the head, scooping through that belly, and we're going to criss over, come back, and then going over to the other side. So using that breath. And we've got another 4, 3, scooping through that belly, 2, and 1. Lovely. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Give the knees a circle. Good. And then from there, float one leg up into tabletop, float the other leg up into tabletop. Scoop through that belly. Curl yourself up. Take those arms out, reaching those arms away so you really feel it up in through the armpits. And we're going to pulse. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep scooping that belly in, keep that breathing going, keep those arms pulsing, nice, and we've got 2 more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax down into the mat. Whew. Okay, place those legs down, one at a time, extend those legs away, extend those arms away, just enjoy this nice stretch, lengthening through that body. Bring those arms back round, bring those legs back up. Now from here, we are going to prop ourselves up onto our elbows. So, I want your elbows to be underneath your shoulders, if you can get them there. And throughout these last few exercises, you're going to want to collapse into your shoulders, but I want you to keep that chest nice and proud, keep that chest nice and lifted. We're still lifting up through the crown of the head as we do these last few exercises. So, just to begin with, engage that core, scoop that belly button towards the spine. There should be a really gentle, slight, soft C shape, so you're not completely tucked under, but you're not completely in one line, so just a really gentle, really small, soft C curve through the lower back. God, can't get my words out. Okay, and then from here, keeping that chest nice and lifted, we're going to take one leg and we're just going to lift and lower that leg. It's coming up, but lifting it so it's in line with the other knee, then you're lowering it back down to the mat. Keeping that core engaged throughout. Good. And we've got another 4, 3, still lifting up through those shoulders, keeping that chest nice and proud. Last one, lift it up, lower it, slide that leg back in. Extend the other leg away, engage that core, and then lift and lower. Use that breath, exhale to lift that leg up, inhale to lower it back down. Still lifting up through that chest, you haven't collapsed into those shoulders. And we've got another 3, 2, one last one. And lower it back down, slide that leg in. Okay, we're going to take this up a level. If this feels too much for you, then just stick with the single leg lifts and lowers. We're going to slide one leg out and we're going to take the other leg up and we're just going to scissor those legs. So we want a really stable pelvis. I don't want any rocking from side to side, and I want the scoop through the belly as well. Keeping those shoulders nice and lifted. We're going for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs back down into the mat. Have a little breather, and we're going to go into one last exercise. We're progressing this on again, so really scoop through that core, protect that lower back, use those breaths, raise both legs up into tabletop. Then we're just going to extend those legs away and we're going to lower both and then lift the legs. Lower and lift. So lifting through the chest, keeping that chest nice and proud. And we've got another 4, 3, 2, one last one. Scooping through that belly. Lower, lift, and then relax the legs down. Lower yourself back into the mat. Give those legs a shake. Give yourself a little wiggle. Make sure everything feels okay. Circle those shoulders. They've had quite a workout today. Okay, we're just going to go into some stretches just to finish off. So, taking one leg, we're just going to walk up and down this leg, feeling the stretch through the back of the leg, and then this time walk up and hold that leg there. If you can't grab hold of your calf, then just hold behind that thigh. Feel that stretch. Use that breath. As you exhale, just try and pull that leg a little closer. Good. One last time. Inhale and exhale. Nice. And then relax that leg down. Changing sides. Just to begin with, walking up and down that leg. Good. And then this time holding there, keeping that leg nice and straight. Inhale, and as you exhale, just try and pull that leg a little closer. Good. Inhale and exhale. Nice. One last time. Inhale there and exhale. Good. And just relax down. From there, just extend both legs out. Extend arms out. Good. And then bring yourself over onto your side, pushing yourself up. We're just going to go into a quick cat and cow stretch and thread the needle just to finish off. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. As we exhale, we're tucking that tailbone under, feeling the curve ripple up from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. We're scooping up through that belly, and then we're just going to take it the other way. Still drawing that belly button up towards the spine, and then tucking that tailbone under. Good. And then coming back to a nice neutral spine, stepping one hand slightly forward, threading the other hand through, getting a nice stretch across the upper back. Good. And then coming back and going to the other side. Bringing that arm back, coming back to seated or kneeling, whichever you prefer. Just do a couple of breaths here. Inhale, ribs are coming out to the side, and exhale. Roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale and exhale. And that's you done. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.